touch him, she would be healed. There's no doubt this woman is a biblical hero. There's no doubt this woman should be celebrated. There's no doubt when we all heard her story, we rejoiced in her victory. I'm sure there's absolutely nobody in the world who would not agree that she's a biblical hero and that she should be celebrated. Or is there? I think I can name one person who might not think this woman is a hero. Perhaps there's one, maybe one person who doesn't care to think that what she did should be celebrated. I'm starting to feel it. I think I could present to you one person who may not think her actions were as courageous at all. As a matter of fact, if I could be so bold enough to assume, there's a person who probably interpreted her action as downright disrespectful. This person who I speak of, his name is Jairus. Remember, Jairus is walking towards Jesus, walking with Jesus and the disciples to his house to heal his sick daughter. Every second that passes may be his last second with his daughter on earth. Every wasted moment may be a moment that Jairus will never have back with his daughter. Every wasted word spent addressing the crowd is one less word Jairus will have with his 12-year-old daughter. Now, I don't know how much time Jesus spent ministering to the woman, but I do know it was enough time for somebody to come from Jairus' house. Verse 35. While Jesus was still speaking to the woman, some people came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue leader. Your daughter is dead, they said. Why bother the teacher anymore? This is where I want to focus my sermonic attention tonight. This is the point of the text where Pastor Curtis would call the tension in the text. What do you do when you're operating on a promise from God, but you get devastating news that's totally opposite of what God promised you? What do you do when you've been trusting God for what now seems like a lost cause? Jairus left his dying daughter because he trusted that Jesus would heal her. But now he just got the news that she's already dead. What do you do when you know you had a relationship with the Lord first, but someone who hasn't been following Jesus as long as you have interrupts your blessing and they receive their blessing? You know what I'm talking about? You've been with your partner for years, and all you have to show for it is a bunch of kids, a bunch of headaches, and no ring. All the while you're shopping for your girlfriend's wedding party, and she just met her man a couple months ago. How do you handle the fact that you've been on the job for years, you come in early, leave late, take a half-hour lunch, yet you have to train the college graduate who's going to take your job? I'm ready for you tonight. What do you do? What do you do when you've been a faithful member of the choir, yet you don't sing the solo? Faithful member of the church, yet you never get recognized. Faithful minister, yet you don't get ordained. What are you supposed to do? Now, I know. I'm speaking to a Christian crowd, so I'm pretty sure if you were Jairus, you would handle yourself calmly. You would be professional. You would smile for the camera. But I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest. If I was Jairus, I might have not handled this situation too well. Jesus, you tricked me. I was under the impression that when I came to you and begged for your help, that because you agreed to come to my house, you intended to heal my daughter. Now she's dead. You're a fraud. You deceived me. You tricked me. You played with my emotions, and now I'm furious. And what about you, woman? How dare you interrupt two grown men on a mission? Who do you think you are, interrupting important men at an important time? Don't you know your place? And what about these disciples? Who hired these buffoons anyway? What kind of armor bearer are you? Couldn't you keep this woman away long enough so I could have took Jesus to my house? My daughter just died. That's how I may have reacted if I was pressed against life's wall like Jairus is.